Hello guys, today we are going to use tempera paints. So with these different tempera paints, you can see there's a top, this one didn't have a top, and they're all in here nicely. We're going to do our best to keep those clean. You have a nice little clear palette that will be available near the painting center. It's just a transparency, and you can mix and blend your colors here, okay? So with this paint, it's thicker than the watercolor, and with your brush, you want to make sure it's a little more dry instead of just putting a lot of water in there. So I'm going to take it, I got the color. If you want to have it to blend, get a few of the colors that you want. Wash your brush. Remember, if you're washing your brush, you're rubbing the bottom. We're not banging it on top of here because we don't want to splash on people's work. So remember to drip off your brush nicely. And then, this is on the table, take your paper towel ball and make sure you dry it off. I want to make an orange color, so I'm going to get some red, but I'm going to put it next to it. So this is a good way for y'all to share the colors at the painting center. Just get what you need and put it to the side. Okay, so I have my colors here. I'll put it to the side. Let's see. First, I can just show you some of the lines. There's a lot on here, so actually I'm going to wash that first, because you mainly want that on the tip. You don't want to get all of the paint all over the brush. You want to just get it on the tip. So there we go. So let's say we're having just a shape I need to fill in. Take your time and use the point, just holding it like a pencil. I need to get some more paint. You'll probably have to get more paint when you use this to keep it nice and neat. So, see how you can take your time nicely, smooth it, and not just rushing. Take your time. Alright, now say I want to make orange really quickly. I'm going to take this red, move it somewhere. I can grab a little bit, but I'm going to get my yellow dirty. So either you wash your brush or just take it from the edge. So I washed my brush, dried it. I'm going to get a little of this yellow, mix it. Now you see it's more red-orange. That means I need more yellow. So I'm going to go ahead and just make this whole thing. And I'll get more yellow and put it in a different spot later, because I need way more yellow. And you'll start to mix and see the science of it all when you're blending and adding and subtracting different colors. Alright, so let's see. More yellow still would make it more orangey. This is more of a red-orange, but it works for now, just showing you how to blend some colors. But if I wash my brush or get a different brush, say I'll just get a different brush, dried it off, I'm going to get some yellow and put it on the palette. And put that brush back in the water because that had too much on it. Alright. Ooh. So now I have a little bit lighter. It's a little bit lighter. Turn a little more orange. And it's cool, you can do different techniques, but you see it's kind of a little bit too much. So try to get it on the tip. You can do different texture techniques. When we learned about Impressionism, the short brush strokes that kind of blended with different colors that we saw in Starry Night by Vincent van Gogh. So all the cool techniques you can do. Alright, I'm going to quickly show you how to make a tint and a shade. A tint is when you add white. Shade when you add black. Alright, so I have my palette and I'm going to go ahead, I'm washing my brush. your water gets too dirty, you can go clean it, but you don't really have to do that often. Okay, my brush is clean. I dry it off. Now I'm gonna use the red since I have red already on my palette. And then I'm gonna get some black. Just remember, dip it in. It doesn't have to be a whole lot. So I'm gonna just get a little more. Take another brush so I can move a little faster for you guys and get some white. So I get a little white out. And when you're making a tint and making your shades, the amount that you add is the color you'll get. Like the more white, the lighter it is. The more black, the darker it is. So with black, you especially just need a little bit. I said a little bit, right? Okay, that's important. All right, so for instance, I'll take my nice dry brush. I'm gonna take some red. So let's see, taking my red. All right, now from there, on my palette, let's see if y'all can see the palette. Yes, okay. So from here, I'm gonna move some of that. Wash my brush off, dry it, get a little white, a little at a time, and every time add about the same amount. So from here, it's a little lighter. So now I can blend that. I'm gonna wash my brush. I'm gonna get a little more white and put it with this that we already started. So that means the same color is getting a little bit lighter every time. So see, it's starting to kind of actually fade. So you see the gradation there. So I'm washing my brush because I want to keep my white clean. If you didn't care, then you could probably take your brush with the paint and get it. But you might want to use the white for something else, so let's not get it all dirty. All right, so from here, see, it just gets lighter and lighter. So if you want to do shadows near a tree or the mountains or cactus or anything you can think of with a portrait and just the different shadows on a face, you can make it lighter by making a tint of that color. Now I'm gonna do the red, put some red there. Now, like I said, get some of the red, put it aside, and I didn't wash my brush this time to show you that if I just stay in a little area. So I put let's see, maybe a little more than I needed to. But remember, you do a little each time. So from there, I'm gonna get a little more black, about the same amount, and mix it in the same area. So now I'm getting the shade. So if you want to get a color darker, you just add a little black at a time till it's how you like it. So I'm getting a little more black, add it, try to blend it in there. So we're blending, and it's getting darker and darker, okay? So when you decide what your subject is for today's work, you can definitely try some of these techniques if you want to try out tempera paint. You can get a lot of texture, nice bold colors. You can practice your tints and shades. All right, guys, have fun with that. And don't forget to put the tops back on these. This one has a top, it comes off light nicely. Just put it back on. And always remember, the paint doesn't need to be all over the brush. Just try to get the tip, and then you can paint with that nicely. If you're doing a sketch first, do a light sketch where the pencil barely shows so that you don't see any pencil lines. And real quick, I'll show you. Like, that's kind of light, but I don't know if it's light enough. Okay, I can still see the pencil. You may not from the video, but I still do. So try to go even lighter than that with your sketch, or have your sketch and paint from there. All right, thank you guys.